My brothers and sisters, you are now watching The Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
Well, alright. Fear the Walking Dead, episode 4. This one was called Not Fade Away. So, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This episode took a totally different approach from what I thought was gonna happen. Like, I thought after episode 3, episode 4 is just gonna be even more crazy. People dying, suckers getting bit, getting eaten. Like, I was expecting that, you know? But they took a totally different direction. You know, this episode was kind of a slow episode. Not too much action was in this episode. But if you watch The Walking Dead, everyone that watches The Walking Dead, you know that every time there's a slow episode, the next one, someone's going to die. So I'm kind of already expecting that. But yeah, they took a different approach. You know, it's not what I thought they were going to do. So, I think it's been 9 days after the events that occurred in episode 3, you know, so it's been 9 days after that. There was a time skip, and, they have taken refuge. The military have set up a safe zone, coincidentally, right where Travis, Madison, Nick, and Alicia live. So they're still in their neighborhood, but they have built a safe zone right there, and, Chris, at the very beginning, he's like on top of, you know, the roof of their house, and he has his camcorder, and he's just going on about, he's saying something. And the city, you know, is supposed to be completely evacuated. No one is supposed to be out there, you know. They think that they have, you know, cleared all of the streets and gotten all the people that's left in the city, you know, to the safe zone. Chris, he sees this light off in the far distance, you know, coming from this house. And he's like looking at it, and it's almost like they're trying to signal him that, hey, I'm out here, save me. So, you know, so he sees this light, and then he's like, you know, and then that was the intro to that show. So he shows Travis. He's just like, yeah, so what? He doesn't believe that you know, that people are still out there. He thinks that all of the people have, you know, left the city, and he's just saying it could have been a reflection off of something. So Travis, you know, he does not believe him. Then he shows, Madison. She doesn't believe him neither, you know. She's just because there's so much stuff going on, you know. They're not really thinking that hey, some people might not have made it out of the city in time, and there could still be some people out there, because it's 9 days after all that stuff went down, you know, and they're just thinking there's no way people are still out there, you know, trying to survive, you know. So they don't really believe him at that point. But a lot of this episode was, you know, them just trying to adjust to all the stuff, you know, they have been that they have been experiencing the last couple of days. You know, they went from having, you know, a normal life to where now, you know, it broke out with this disease that no one knows what's going on, and people are, you know, starting to eat each other. People are starting to come back to life. So people are trying to really adapt to, you know, the situation they're being put in, and they're in this safe zone, and, you know, people are all like, you know, they're all stressed out, and they're trying to get answers and stuff. And meanwhile, the military in this show, you get to see how it fell so fast, because it's like the soldiers that they have in this show, it's almost like, let's just say, if this was to happen in real life, and the military that is being represented in this show was the people that we had to look forward to for answers, kill me. Because it's like, I don't know. It's just like they're trying to keep people calm and saying, "Hey guys, what are you guys complaining about right now?" I think he said there's one of 12 safe zones, you know, nearby, and you're in one of them. count your blessings. You know, so they're just like trying to keep people, you know, trying to keep people calm. They don't really, I don't think, they're not really understanding how, you know, how big of a situation they're in right now. You know, it's not safe out there still, and they just can't, you know, stay in this safe zone, you know, for however long. It's not really even a safe zone. It's really not that. It's really not even like that. Like people, I still think people can still get in and stuff like that. They have some fences set up, but that's really it. You know, they don't really have a legit safe zone built up, you know, so the people inside of the safe zone, they're trying to, they're trying to get answers. They're saying, what's next for us? And then the military is just like, they just kicking back, with the feet up and stuff like that. And it's just like, do something, so, oh yeah. So, one of the, soldiers, they convinced Travis to go into one of their neighbors' houses because apparently the husband has been in the bathroom since nighttime and he locked himself in there. First thing I thought, dude's a walker, so, Travis was like, why do I have to do this? And, they're like, because that's not our job. Like, literally the military, it seems like they literally don't care. They're saying, to people, look at the bright side, you're alive. But then when they ask for help, they're like, that's not our job. So it's like, what are you here for? So they convinced Travis to do it. And, so he goes into their house and, he tries to get the husband out the bathroom. I'm like, dude, be careful. But he wasn't a walker. He literally locked himself in the bathroom. And it's just cause he literally saw no hope. Like he saw there was no way out of this, and he thinks that, he thinks that people are doomed and, just nothing but bad stuff is going to happen, from this point forward, So Travis, he tries to get to him saying, hey, things will get better and stuff like that. But you can see this guy, his faith has been completely crushed, so, but he convinced him out of the, bathroom. Fast forward a little bit. He actually dips. He leaves the house, and then his wife and kids come out and they try to tell Travis about, we don't know where he went. His car is gone, but he's gone, So then Travis, he goes to one of the soldiers, right? And listen, when I tell you, if this was to actually happen, if we was depending on the people that they had in this show, we're dead. So then Travis, he goes to one of the, soldiers and he's like, one of the people have escaped the safe zone. Now there is a rule, you're not supposed to escape, you're not supposed to leave the safe zone. You're not supposed to drive in the safe zone. They have some rules, to keep people, in order, at the safe zone. But he tells the soldier that that their husband has left the safe zone. This dude's playing golf, right? Like he has the whole thing set up. He's playing golf. He's just like, woo! What I tell you, this military is completely useless in this show. And he's saying, to him that, hey, someone has left the safe zone. And he's like, that's not my problem. I'm just. When I tell you, bro, you really get to see how society fell so quick. If these were the people that you were relying on, I get how it fell so fast, but he's literally it's like he doesn't care. He's just trying to get his Tiger Woods on. And then he tells him that, hey, my son's seen a light off, in the city. People could still be out there. And he's like, no, we cleared the streets. When I tell you the military, they have kind of built up this safe zone to try to make people feel safe. But when they actually ask for help and, try to get answers and stuff, it's just they're so nonchalant about it. Go inside, you're safe. And I'm just like, okay. So, again, this episode is really, it was really a different direction from what I thought it was going to be. You know, not a lot of action happened until the very end, to where the very end, so back to the, what is that dude's name? I don't know his name yet. But the Spanish Shane is what I call him, because he all red. He has his, has his no BS, mindset. But, the dude and his wife. So his wife, oh man, I forgot about that. Pretty much. Alright, so Travis's ex-wife, I don't know her name off the bat neither. I think it's Eliza. I think it's Eliza. So, she's been going from house to house to house because people think she's a nurse, but she's really not, so, eventually a real nurse comes and she, she's asking Eliza how she's been keeping people, from getting, from getting really sick and stuff like that, because she's been taking care of, of people, giving them supposedly the meds that they need. But the real nurse knows that Eliza is not a real nurse, and she's just trying to, kind of fill her out to see what she's really been up to. So, eventually they go off into a separate room, and then the real nurse tells her, listen, I know you're not a real nurse, okay? You're not fooling me at all, but we can still use your help, and I need you to pretend to be a fake nurse for a little while longer. Why does the real nurse want her to continue to pretend to be a fake nurse for a little while longer? So then you kind of get a feeling that things are really bad out there if you need someone that's not a nurse to continue to try to be a nurse, So, fast forward a little bit, the Spanish guy, the Spanish Shane, and his wife, his wife, when that thing fell on her, foot, I think back in episode 2, I guess she apparently has a bad infection, because it's either that she goes, get that treated, or she's gonna have her whole foot taken off, so she's kind of scared about that. The Spanish dude, he's not having no parts of it, like he refuses to separate from her. So the real nurse tells him that she's going to have to leave and go to the hospital, because they still do have some, I guess, some type of hospital built up somewhere out there, so she's saying to him that she needs to get treated or her foot is going to completely be taken off, so he's like, okay, but I'm going with her. She says, no problem, right? So, towards the end, I guess there was a mix up. The real nurse was talking to Nick, just saying to him, because they know that, I'm trying to remember everything that happened at that point. They know that, Nick is on meds, but that's really just because he was a crackhead and now he's taking meds to kind of wean himself off of it, but the nurse is talking to Nick, and then towards the very end, I guess she told them that Nick is one of the patients that they're taking. So they were supposed to take, the Spanish dude's wife, and they were supposed to take, I think him as well. But instead of taking him, they took Nick. And then when that happened, Madison was going crazy because she was like, no, you're not taking my son. And then Nick was trying to run away. And then one of the soldiers just headbutted him with, with their gun and stuff like that. So then they picked up Nick and they were taking him away, and they were trying to hold back, Travis and Chris and Madison, like no one was getting near, So it didn't really start to get crazy until like the very end of this episode. And then, Madison, she's pissed because they were not supposed to take her son. And then she tells to, Travis, it was your ex-wife that did this, because she knows that she's been, trying to be a nurse. But I'm guessing that she knows as well that Eliza's not really a nurse, and she must have told the real nurse something to make her want to take Nick, So she's saying to Travis, your wife did this. She looks pissed, right? And then, Chris is also mad because Eliza, she actually went with the real nurse and the, soldiers when she was supposed to go back in the house. So there's like this part to where the real nurse is asking her, please, we can use you. And it's just like, how bad is it out there if you want someone that's not even, that's really not even a nurse to really help you out there. So I'm guessing it's really bad out there, right? So, he's like, we can really use your help. This is the real nurse saying it to Eliza. And then she's just like looking at the window and she can see her son Chris is like looking at her like, Mom, what are you doing? And then she just gets on. Like, she gets on and just leaves them, right? And then he's like, what the reason on? So it really, like, even though this was a slow episode, towards the very ending, it kind of got chaotic. It was Travis on the roof, and he's seen the light off in the far distance going like this, trying to signal someone is out here, help me. And then you see it looks like someone went inside the room to where that light was going off, and you seeing gunshots going off. You just seeing gunshots going off, and Travis is just like, and, we're thinking that the military, if they see you still out there and they find you, they're just going to kill you. They're not even going to bring you in. They're just going to flat out kill you. Okay. So, I mean, it was a lot of, like, the very ending of this episode, it really did get crazy, but it was, for the most part, it was kind of like a wind down episode. Okay, everyone, get, their breath back, and then, the next episode I'm thinking is going to be really crazy. But, I thought even this episode was really good, not faded away. I enjoyed this, episode. But yeah, man, what did you guys think about episode 4, Fear the Walking Dead? What do you think is going to happen in the next episode? Let me know right now. I think someone's definitely going to die. Someone's going to die. I'm thinking either Chris. I don't think Nick's going to die. I think either Chris is going to die, maybe Alicia, maybe that Spanish dude's wife, maybe him. Someone's going to die. Because every time you have a slow episode like this, the next one is something bad is going to happen. So that's what I'm thinking, But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Fear the Walking Dead. I've really been enjoying this series so far. And I cannot wait until season 6 of The Walking Dead. That man Morgan, that man Bruce Lee. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Catch y'all on my next one, alright?